10 years' time, how will Rodgers be viewed? Favourably?
I think definitely. I think he'll be viewed favourably just now by the Celtic fans.
Absolutely. I think absolutely should be.
Just not the Celtic hierarchy. Yeah, I mean, I think his legs has got to go down as we've touched upon there. He's one of the most successful managers in the club's history. I mean, 2 trebles, 2 doubles. It really, I mean, he completely lifted the standards when he first stepped foot into Celtic Park in 2016. You know, Celtic, when obviously Rangers went out of the league, they'd suffered from years of mediocrity in my eyes under Neil Lennon and Ronnie Dyler. They massively underachieved. They looked lost as a club. Especially Ronnie Dyler years, losing that semi-final to Rangers. I think that really summed up that kind of 4-year period. But then when Brendan Rodgers walked in, he just brought a new energy. It was, Celtic really looked as if they meant business. It was a real turning point, I think, in the club's history. You look at the amount of trophies they've won. Brendan Rodgers is now, he's played his role in overtaking Rangers in trophies, which was a massive thing for the bragging rights in this city. 119 trophies, I think he's won, or 120, sorry, that Celtic have won now. And he played an absolutely massive part in that, monumental part in that. He's levelled titles with Rangers as well, 55 each. So these are important they might not mean much kind of outside Scottish football, but in the Glasgow Goldfish Bowl, these are things that matter to fans. Yeah. And as I said, the amount of trebles he won, the doubles
by
he won.
By the way, I know people are recency biased and maybe talk about his latter spell both times, but some of the football and some of the periods was right. I mean, it was as good as you'll see at Celtic, really. I mean, for 2024 as a calendar year, exceptional for the 116 goals last season in the league. Some incredible performances. The first spell, invincible trebles and all that stuff. I mean, beating Rangers heavily several times. I think his place in Celtic history is it should be secure. I mean, once dust settles and time passes, I think he should be always welcome back with open arms at the club. I mean, I think they should be getting a lounge named after him, all that kind of stuff.
It's just a really sad way for the story to end.
But see, this happens before. I mean, Jock Steen's end wasn't particularly nice either. I mean, slightly before my time, Tommy Burns didn't leave under great circumstances, then could come back. It's not the way he would have wanted to end, but I don't think it is the story. I think once you get distance, the story will be a different matter altogether. I think he might be seen as a guy who maybe his ambition and desire made him too hot to handle for the club's hierarchy. And they're going to be the ones facing the consequences from that in the next few weeks and months.
I mean, this is the thing. I mean, like you say, his demands were intense, and he did raise the levels. And you're talking about the hierarchy and how maybe his ambitions didn't match, or the board's ambitions didn't match his. What does this say for the next Celtic manager that comes in? Is he going to become a yes man? What
the thing is, I done a piece online today that I think back to that statement, Dermot Desmond's trying to kind of ruin the reputation of Brendan Rodgers, but I think it may have backfired, it may have damaged his own, because if you're a manager from the outside looking in, thinking there's a manager who's won 11 trophies out of 13, unparalleled success, and gets flamethrowered on the way out the door, that might make one or two think twice. But so I think that was ill advised. Really do. But listen, let's talking about new managers, right? Let's move it on.
Before we move on, let me just throw this one at you. It's something I've been thinking about this morning. Do you think Brendan Rodgers regrets coming back to Celtic?
No, I don't. I think he did. I think it will be seen now as a kind of period of rehabilitation in the eyes of the fans. I think he did come back. His intentions were good. I think, it hasn't ended. It's ended spectacularly badly. Maybe that was always going to be the case. Given what happened the last time. But I think, I say again, I think when dust settles, I think they might look back and say, went back, added to my trophy. Like you say, achieved a lot, and then hit a brick wall. No, I don't think he'll regret it. I don't think he'll be short of offers either. I think he'll move on and he'll get to 1,000 games as a manager at a good level. I think Celtic might end up regretting that they've allowed a manager of that level and experience and now to go twice. Would Rodgers have sat tight and done another 10-year stint at Celtic? I don't know. Certainly not the regime that is now. Maybe not. Maybe his ambition would have taken him away again at some point. As a bit of me thinks it's not the end of the Rodgers story at Parkhead. I mean, he's a young guy. He's 52. I mean, look, listen, if you told me Martin O'Neill would be back as manager again after 20 years, I wouldn't have believed you. So, I mean, who's to know? Who knows? I still think there's another chapter in the Rodgers story at Celtic at some point.
I be long gone by then.
I can see Brendan Rodgers being the chairman in 20 years' time and falling out with Desmond's son, something like that.